right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us today. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off so our presenters cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many sessions happening, so be sure to check out all of the sessions at CACRAO.org. That is CACRAO.org. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available in about a week on that same website at CACRAO.org. That is CACRAO.org. At this time, I would like to turn it over to our presenters.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us to find about Fayetteville State. I am Ulisa Bowles, and I serve as the Executive Director of Admission. We're excited this morning to share with you all of the great information relative to transfer recruitment. And we certainly hope that by the end of this presentation that you too would be proud to be a Bronco. So I'm going to turn it over to my team. Let's go.
Thank you for that grand introduction. I am Brooke Van. I am the Assistant Director of Transfer Recruitment for Fayetteville State. I'm also an alumna of Fayetteville State University, class of 2014. And pretty much today, we're going to give you a brief overview of some things that Fayetteville State University has to offer as far as any programs, fun events that we have on campus, as well as some accolades that we have received over the years. So just to give you some background information on Fayetteville State, we were founded in 1867. And of course, as you can see, you'll see it throughout the presentation, we are the home of the Broncos. So our demographics, you're looking at around close to 7,000 students that currently attend Fayetteville State, some traditional and some non-traditional, that make up 156 acres of our land. A lot of our students are, again, non-traditional. That is a demographic that we typically attract due to our military affiliation, leaving us with about 94% of in-state students. To give you all some background information, like I said, you'll learn a lot more later on in the presentation, but we currently have 33 bachelor's degrees. We also offer 17 master's programs, and currently we have 1 doctoral program in educational leadership. So, and just to name a few, these are some of our popular programs, but out of the 33, we have some top rankings with our nursing department, psychology, and our business. We have a full school of business that offers it online, as well as the MBA with our business team. We also have criminal justice. Criminal justice, I want to say, is the second largest major on our campus, housing about 300 students alone. So I think because of that military affiliation, that ventures in a lot of those criminal justice students. And again, we have so much that we can offer to you at Fayetteville State University, including the fun things. So with student life, we want you to come on campus. We want you to be involved. We want you to always come in and get the best for your buck by the time you walk out of those doors. So we currently offer over 100, actually it's 120 clubs and organizations on campus. A lot has expanded since even I was a student at Fayetteville State. So with those programs, they are offered from every single major. So say if you're coming in, you're not sure where to fit in or what club or organization is going to fit you best, at least you'll know you'll be able to connect with your major, and it'll have your classmates in it. So you all can kind of come together, find those internships. So we have those available for you, along with our Greek organizations on campus. And that also includes our Army and Air Force ROTC. We do offer those they have their own separate organization, but we offer them for the program as well for Army and Air Force ROTC. So say if you come on to Fayetteville State's campus and you decide to join in with the honors program, or you decide to look at your international capabilities, we also have the study abroad program. So Just a fun fact, my roommate actually had a chance to go to Beijing with Fayetteville State University. So I wish I could go back and take that experience. But at the time, I was a little afraid of planes and everything, but you can't beat it. All you have to provide is your passport, and Fayetteville State University take care of everything for you. So the hotels and the amenities, and of course, you learn about different cultures. All of that is taken care of by Fayetteville State University. So I definitely would recommend looking into study abroad. Of course, the pandemic will have to put a hold on things right now, but hopefully later on down the road, we'll be able to expand those programs. So as a transfer recruiter, these are some common questions that I kind of see when I was traveling out on the road and through our virtual experience. Our transfer students typically want to know set answers. When am I going to graduate? How long is it going to take me to finish out my program? So typical questions we'll get is, who is my academic advisor? What are the requirements to transfer in? What is that process like? Will it be seamless? Will I need help along the way? And what programs do we offer? So that's what we're going to tell you guys about today with our presentation. So hopefully you can sit back, take a few notes. If you are on your laptop, pull out your phone, you'll be able to take a few pictures of our presentation. We'll also have some QR codes and links available so that you can figure out how you can transition to Fayetteville State University.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Brooke Van. We greatly appreciate the information. Can you all hear me? I just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Yes, awesome. So as she stated, we want to make sure we answer those questions that we typically get from transfers. But what is our part, right? And before I jump into that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Dante Wise. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions Transfer Coordinator. As you all see, I'm excited. I love to talk about admissions. I love to reach out. And I forgot to introduce myself almost. But we're here. But we want to let you know how we serve here at Fayetteville State University. Now, I think I have the best of both worlds. I actually am a graduate. So I'm an alumnus of Fayetteville State University. And I graduated in 2008 with my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. So again, I was a student and I'm currently working for my alma mater, right? Trying to show students how Fayetteville State can provide you and make sure we get you get you ready for the career in your goals, in your dreams, so on and so forth. So let's talk about how we serve here. We are a one-stop shop here at Fayetteville State University, okay? We can help you with some small academic advising. We can make sure we're like a triage center, right? We can help you to direct you to financial aid. We can give you information about athletics. And again, we can also point you in that direction of talking and speaking with an academic advisor for our transfer students, okay? We wanna make sure we can provide all that information for you right here in this office. So again, we like to say that we're a one-stop shop here at Fayetteville State University. Now, the great thing that we have for our transfer students is something called our transfer equivalency self-service tool, okay? I know that's very, very long. I'm gonna try my best not to say it again, but it's a great tool to help you and to answer that main question that Brooke mentioned earlier, right? Which credits will transfer? If that's not the first question we get as soon as we talk to a student, that is the first question that we get. And again, this tool will help you to get a general idea of what credits will directly transfer from your previous institutions, and they will also be unofficial, all right? So again, once it becomes official, that's if you're admitted and you speak to an academic advisor, they can do your official evaluation. But again, this tool is to give you a snapshot of what will transfer from your previous institutions to Fayetteville State University. Now, the awesome thing about this tool, once you start plugging in the information, what it will allow you to do is also see the degree plan and the percentage of the requirements that you've already met. So let's take a little quick walkthrough of what will happen. And for those, if you're just watching or tuning in, there's a QR code right there. So you can take a screenshot and this will allow you to go directly to that transfer tool, okay? Now, again, let's walk through those process. You get to the link and it's very, very user friendly. So all that you have to do is you hit continue at that first button that shows up. You go ahead and add the school or schools that you've previously attended. Now with that, you have a chance to type in your course number and your course code, and it will pull up the course, and you can add it to the show up on the right, excuse me, and it will allow you to save those courses until you're finishing adding courses. Now, be mindful that this tool, we're always updating this tool. So we're making sure we're always checking the curriculum guides from different schools and make sure we can get that equivalency process properly. So therefore, we're adding schools, we're adding courses, constantly updating this tool. So once you add your school, you add your course, you add the credit hours, you add the grades. Now, I'm going to park right there about grades, okay? So I know we want all of our credit to transfer from our previous colleges, but because we're a part of the UNC system, you have to make sure that you have a C or better in that course, and it also must be a 100-level course to transfer to Fayetteville State University. So I believe that you're making all A's out there, but again, the tool works more efficiently if you go ahead and put those grades in there that's a C or better, okay? So again, you put your grade there because we know you're making A's, and then at that point, you submit it. And then what it will pull up like a degree plan for that particular program that you're interested in, and it'll show you your courses that you've previously earned at your previous colleges, and then it'll show you exactly what course that it will transfer to here at Fayetteville State in that particular program, okay? And the awesome part about at the very top, when you get to that page, again, it will show you that percentage of the requirements that you've met. So I think it's a really awesome tool. And to answer that question on the front end of which my credits will transfer to Fayetteville State University. And we want to give you that picture before, getting the official admittance letter. So again, the transfer equivalency self-service tool, I said I wouldn't say it again. That's the last time I'm saying it. Again, this is a great tool to make sure you can know what credits will transfer. And we answer that first question on the front end, okay? And don't forget it's unofficial, all right? All right, so I hope you had a chance to take a screenshot of the QR code. And what we're going to talk about when you're trying to transfer those credits in, you typically ask what type of programs does Fayetteville State offer? As you heard, we offer 33 programs, but we do have some new programs here at Fayetteville State University. So with those new programs, I'm not going to mention all of them because obviously you can see those, but I definitely want to highlight our new bachelor programs, our Bachelor in Science and Dental Hygienist, making sure those teeth are right, a Bachelor in Science and Respiratory Therapy, making sure you're breathing right. Those are two of our new Bachelors in Science programs. So as you can see, we have in the blue, like our theater and our computer science and mathematics. Those are majors that we already have, but those in blue under those programs are the new minors and concentrations that we've added to those bachelor programs. So again, Fayetteville State, we're always adding to the arsenal, right? Things are always changing. Programs and career fields are always developing, and we want to make sure that we stay ahead of the game. We want to make sure that we prepare you for your career field, not just catapult you and say that you have a degree, but no, using the equipment, the instrumentation, giving you the theories to make sure that you understand what specifically that concentration and that specialization, what to expect in the career field. Because our job is not just to give you a piece of paper, but to make sure that you're a viable candidate for that position and make sure that you can impact your company and you can impact your community as well. So again, this is just a lot, some of our new programs and concentrations here at Fayetteville State University. Now, sometimes you may be asking that question, well, Mr. Wise, you know what? I don't live in Fayetteville, right? I live, in Raleigh, or I live in a different state. How can I be impacted? How can I become a Bronco? Because we want you to become a Bronco, right? Well, we have a specialist that's coming up right now, and she's going to talk about how you can become a student for our online degree completion programs. Okay, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Darnett Hall, the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions here at Fayetteville State University. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So we have online degree completion programs. Fayetteville State offers several online degree completion programs at the undergraduate and graduate level for students seeking a high quality education that's flexible and affordable. You can study from anywhere. What is online degree completion? Online degree completion is for students students who are approaching 60 credit hours who have earned an associate's degree. You could transfer up to 90 credit hours into some of our programs. These programs provide the same quality education and accreditation as our traditional campus programs. As Mr. Wise said earlier, All of your courses can transfer into Fayetteville State as long as they're grade C or above and college level. So let's take a look at some of our programs. All right. So it's online learning for you. So under our Bachelor's of Arts, we have history. And that's one of our new programs that we just acquired. And of course, intelligence studies, political science, sociology. Now, political science, you have two concentrations, public administration and environmental policy and politics. Those are two things that you can concentrate on in our political science. Under Bachelor of Science, accounting, birth through kindergarten, non-teaching. We do have the teaching component for those of you that do want to teach in the public school, but that would be a face-to-face degree. But if you want to work in a daycare or something where you don't need to be certified, our non-teaching is perfect for you. Of course, we have general business administration. We have plenty of concentrations that you can concentrate in as far as banking, finance, marketing, healthcare, criminal justice, fire and emergency services administration, which is what is unique about Fayetteville State University is that we do have our own fire station on our campus. Okay, interdisciplinary studies, RN and BSN, and psychology. Both nursing and psychology are very popular programs here at Fayetteville State University. So what happens next once you are interested in one of these programs and you go through the admissions process? Your academic advisor will review your courses to determine what credits transfer into the program of study that you're interested in. And if you're new to online learning, don't be worried. We do have an online student orientation that will assist you through the process. And we do have the Office of Adult Learner who will also assist you in addition to our admissions office with any questions you have on our online degree completion programs. All right.
Well, thank you so much. I had to find that mute button, y'all. Sometimes it scatters and go places. You like, I know I put it there, but no, it's over here. So I didn't want to get caught talking without being unmuted. So anyway, thank you so much, Dr. Hall. We greatly appreciate that information. And just to, if you don't mind, a quick question. You said those 90 credits. I know that may be dependent on the program, correct? If you don't mind me asking that real quick.
Yes. Take, for instance, criminal justice. Criminal justice might take more credit hours than, say, education. So it depends on the program, how many credit hours that they take. Some programs have more elective hours that you can transfer in. So those programs might be a little more flexible than others.
Awesome. And you may have stated it, but I know for the online, you said up to 90, but is there a certain requirement in a sense of how many they need to probably be an online student?
A great question, Mr. Wise. They would need to have all the core classes completed. That would be your, of course, the core classes is your English, math, natural science, humanities, physical education, and your social sciences. So we're looking at all those credit hours are completed. If for some reason you are missing a few of those credit hours, don't worry. Some of those courses may be offered online, or sometimes we might have them on in the evening. So you still have options if you have not completed all of your core classes.
You see why I call her the specialist now? I mean, you just give her a question, right. she's able to answer it, right? And that's the beauty of Dr. Hall. So thank you so much for that information. And again, we have academic advisors that assist you. So don't worry yourself all the information she may has provided already. Don't feel like you're going to be alone. That's the one thing about Fayetteville State University. You are not alone, right, in your process. And we make sure from the Office of Admissions until you actually graduate that there will be some assistance, there will be some resources. And I want to shout out my man, Wesley Brown. I know he's probably not watching, but he's really good with our online, specifically for criminal justice psychology and sociology, excuse me. So again, you do have assistance. Now, being that we're talking about assistance and making sure that you can become a Fayetteville State Bronco and get a quality program, let's talk about some further assistance that may help you financially, right? So we have a program called the 10K degree pathway program. Yes, I'm gonna try not to say that again. So for short, I'm gonna say 10K program. All right. So we offer that, and it's actually tied to our online degree completion programs. Okay. We have this program that will create a pathway for our transfer students, specifically for our transfer students, that will allow you to earn a bachelor's degree for under $10,000. Whew. I love saving money. I don't know if I have any people out there that are bargainers, right? You try to go in that store and bargain and get more bang for your buck. That's what I love about Fayetteville State University. We have top-notch programs, whether online or face-to-face. Okay. And we're ranked in the state. And I'm not, when I say ranked in the state, I'm not talking about 25th, 26th. I'm talking about 10 ranked in the top 5 in the state in certain programs and in the country. So you're getting more bang for your buck overall with Fayetteville State, but definitely with this 10K program. Okay. Again, it is only tied to our online degree completion programs. And you must be a North Carolina Community College graduate to earn this bachelor's degree for under $10,000. And with that, when you become eligible for that program, guess what? We have 3 years to finish your bachelor's degree with Fayetteville State University. So I think that's awesome, right? You get to be online, distance learning, so you don't have to relocate, right? And then you're a graduate of your community college in North Carolina, and you get a bachelor's degree for under $10,000. And then on top of that, we give you 3 years to complete that degree. Come on now. You cannot beat that. And I think that's awesome, right? And again, you're saving money and you have enough time to get that quality bachelor's degree. Now, you may be asking yourself, Mr. Wise, how can I be a part of that program? Well, guess what? I have the answer for you, okay? First, you must complete an intent to enroll form. Now, be mindful, which I will show you on the next slide, that there are particular specific community colleges that we have partnered with that make their students eligible. But we're constantly working on trying to add more community colleges, but we'll get to that slide to make sure your school is a partner. But we need you to complete that intent to enroll form. What does that form does? What does that form does? What does that form do? Excuse me. It allows you to go ahead and we can keep you on track. We can keep you on our radar so we can know exactly where you are, which term that you wish to attend Fayetteville State University, because you may have just started your community college experience this year and you don't graduate to 2022 or 2023. So on that intent form, it has that laid out for you that you don't have to be a graduate of 2021. I think as of right now, it goes out as far as 2024. So again, as that academic year comes closer, we can give you some email correspondence and make sure we can get the application link to you. And again, make sure you receive information about events, so on and so forth. So again, step 1, go ahead and complete that intent to enroll form. Step 2, you still have to apply to Fayetteville State University. The intent form does not admit you or submit your application. It just, again, expresses your interest in the program, okay? And we verify if you're eligible or not. So apply to Fayetteville State University, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later. Guess what? At the bottom, you see where that money is? We'll waive the fee for you. Let me not whisper that. Let me say a little louder. We'll waive the fee for you if you're eligible for the 10K program, right? So again, you must apply and you must meet the admission requirements. Now you're probably asking yourself, what are the admission requirements? I'm not going to jump ahead, okay? That admission requirements, we'll talk a little bit later in our presentation. But again, you must meet that admission requirement. And as you see the money, I love saving money, y'all. We make sure you don't have to worry about that application fee because of the 10K program. Now, be mindful of some of the requirements of the 10K program. You have to be a North Carolina resident for tuition calculation, okay? Part of the UNC system, when you're an in-state student or out-of-state, there's a difference in the cost. So you have to be a North Carolina resident for the 10K program. And you must submit a FAFSA, okay, each enrollment year to make sure, again, that calculation is calculated properly. Now, the awesome thing about it is, if you look at typically when you're going to different schools and you're online searching, maybe online school here, online school there, typically a lot of these online schools are about roughly $20,000. I mean, that can be very, very expensive for 2 years, if you will, just to get a bachelor's degree. Now, Fayetteville State University, typically an online degree for us is about $13,000, but with our partner schools, guess what? We're making it $10,000. You're saving money to get that quality education, all right? And I'm gonna say education. I know my boss gonna look at me funny. Why'd you say that? It's just my being funny with you. But again, education, we wanna make sure we're creating that pathway, all right, to make sure that you get a quality degree and you don't have to break the bank for it, okay? So you can be an outstanding employee, outstanding owner, business owner, wherever that may be. We want to make sure we make that pathway a little bit easier for you. Now, you're saying, Mr. Wise, okay, let's talk about those schools. what community colleges are you partnered with? So this is just a map, obviously, of North Carolina and some of the partner community colleges that we have here in North Carolina. I mean, as you can see throughout the west and eastern part of North Carolina, we are partnered with 15 community colleges currently. Okay, like I said, we're still working to try to add more colleges. I think this is a good deal that as a North Carolina community college student, that you can get a bachelor's degree for under $10,000 online. And I think that's awesome. So we go as far as west as Blue Ridge Community College, and as far as east, which is more northeastern, as Edgecombe Community College. If you don't see your school on here, it's okay. Go talk to the upper administration. Let them know Fayetteville State has this degree program online. So can we be involved in this? And they can get in contact with our upper administration, which will be Ms. Thalia Wilson, okay? She's our Vice Chancellor of Enrollment Management. That will be our point of contact. So again, we're excited about this 10K partner program with our community colleges here. And we want you to save some money and get a quality degree, okay? So now that you're going to be a part of this program, let's possibly talk about other programs as a transfer student that you can be a part of.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. So as you can see, it's already halfway through the presentation. Fayetteville State has a lot that we can offer you. Earlier, I mentioned in our clubs and organizations, and we have one that's very specific to our commuter students. Typically, this makes up a population of our transfer students, so I wanted to be sure to include this today. So Otto's Commuter Student Organization. That's a big one too, Mr. Wise. Not going to say that twice, but this organization is for our students who come to campus, go back to their home or go back to work and really don't have that connection to that FSU vibe that we want you to feel, or that connection with the student body or the club, the staff, or, you know, your professors. So that is what Autos is for. It was an organization designed for students who need to feel that connection, who need to know what events we have going on campus. So we get a lot of emails all the time, and you may overlook it, or you may not get an opportunity. You may be so busy that you can't keep up with your emails to see what fun events we're going to have on campus, but that is what Autos is for. It's like your own little group that can tell you when we're having a food truck rally, when we're going to have a kickball tournament, when we're going to have family and fun day. That is what Autos was created for. We often have a parade during homecoming. So typically, that probably would have been today. This is our homecoming, so I want to shout that out. So with our Autos team, they'll decorate their cars. So there's over 100 students in that organization right now. It has expanded a lot over the years. So I just wanted to include that for you all today so that you can, again, feel that connection to that Bronco feeling, that Bronco aroma that we have at Fayetteville State. And the organization is free. So if you are looking to join these organizations, there's no cost associated. There are things included in your tuition, which I'll get into soon, that you'll have taken care of for you. So just wanted to include that. If you can go to the next one for me. Athletics. So again, we're still trying to keep you involved on campus, and don't think because you are a transfer student that you cannot be a part of our athletic department. We are a Division II school, a part of the CIAA conference. So I'm upset I'm missing out on some of the games this year due to the pandemic, but it's okay. We're still going to be able to watch a few things virtual. And again, it's homecoming, so there are some virtual events that will be going on throughout the month. Actually, the remainder of the month, we're going to have some things going on. So make sure you check out that. But with our athletic department, we have our men's team, which includes basketball, cross country, football, and golf. We do have our co-ed team with cheerleading, and with our women's team, who took home the championships last year. It was a woman's world. I will say that. They have brought home some trophies, and with all of our organizations, they actually have brought in 2 conference champs, each one. So nobody's messing with the Broncos here. But just to go back to our women's teams, we have basketball, bowling, cross country, softball, track, field, and volleyball. And one that is technically an organization, but I consider a sport is our band, our Marching Band Express, MBX. Like I said, they are looked at as a sport. They practice just as hard. But if you are interested in joining any of our athletic teams, we still have open tryouts that we offer. So don't think you have to be recruited or scouted at your school, or say you graduated a few years ago out of high school. It's okay. Still come out, still put on your knee pads and come on out and try out for our athletic teams. And of course, with your tuition, the athletic fee is already included. So with your fees, you just come in and swipe your card and be able to come on to our games, which leads me into the money. Our tuition, we have the fourth most affordable tuition in North Carolina with public institutions. And so as you're looking at these colleges, some things you want to keep in mind is, what is my tuition going to cover? And a lot of schools will tell you what their tuition is, but they won't include the tuition and fees. So you have to be specific with these schools and look into their tuition and fees, okay? That's gonna make the difference of what that bill may look like. And we'll have students come in, they're like, oh, I went to another school and they didn't tell me it was gonna include all of that, or they didn't tell me about those extra fees. So we tell you on the front end what our tuition and fees are, which you can see on the screen. So just to tell you a little bit more about what that includes, again, tuition and fees, it includes your book rental. So at Fayetteville State University, you don't have to worry about paying for your books. It's already included. If you are an online student, there is a $25 fee that is already associated with your tuition and fees, so that covers all of your books. So versus you going on Amazon Prime and eBay or Craigslist to go try to find your book, it's already covered for you. You'll go and you'll sign up for your class. You'll go over to our bookstore, go pick up your book. And when you're done, you just drop it off. If you are an online student, the books can be shipped to you. There's only a small fee for having them shipped back, but otherwise you still can't beat it. It also includes our transportation, miscellaneous fees like those athletic fees I discussed earlier. And I will say that about 95% of our students at Fayetteville State University receive financial assistance. So FAFSA is already open as of October 1st. So be sure to go ahead and do your financial aid so that you can qualify for some scholarships. We offer institutional scholarships along with some merit-based scholarships that are offered through the Office of Admissions, but that FAFSA has to be completed. So make sure you do that on the front end so that we can help you get that assistance with those dollars. And if you are a veteran or active duty, we do accept benefits at Fayetteville State through our Veterans Office, which we'll get into in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Brooke. So at Fayetteville State University, we recognize the deep commitment and sacrifice required by military service. We are proud to have so many active duty, reserve, National Guard veterans and their families as current students and alumni. I myself, a former military spouse, know the importance of having a center or an office here to assist spouses and families with getting information about attending school. So as we see that 24% of the FSU community is military affiliated students. At our Fort Bragg Center, which is located on Fort Bragg Army Post, is there for our active duty military. We also have a student veteran center, which is located across the street in our Bronco Square. Both centers are here to provide you with an abundance of resources and support to our military affiliated students. They are there to assist you throughout your application process while you are a student, and as well as information about using your benefits and programs offered at Fort Bragg and more. So as Brooke talked about, they're there to help you with getting your GI Bill started, or if you're in the Green to Gold program, or if you're involved in the Yellow Ribbon program, if you're using Chapter 30, 31, or 33, there, no matter what benefit you're using, our Student Veteran Center is there to assist you with getting your certification forms completed, everything sent off to the VA office. They help you through the complete process. And also our admissions office is also here to help you with any admissions questions as far as checking the status of your application. So no matter if you're looking for professional development, lifelong learning, or you're ready to start a new career, FSU is the obvious choice for our military affiliated students. Bronco Pride.
All right, that mute button tried to hide from me again. Thank you, Dr. Hall. All right, so now let's get to the nitty gritty, if you will. How can we become a part of Fayetteville State? All the information you've heard, I know you need to be a Bronco and you want to be a Bronco. So for our transfers, of course, you complete the application. Now, we are participating in the CFNC week and deals with college application week, still currently through this Friday, October 30th. So if you do an application today up until October 30th, guess what? You see that blue words? It'll be waived. It will be waived, okay? We'll waive the application fee, but it must be a new application, and duplicate applications are not eligible, okay? Now, what else does transfer need? They need official college transcripts, which you heard me talk about a little bit earlier. Now, we need it from every single school that you've attended. If you went to 5 schools, we need all 5, okay? Not just 2. So we need those because that's the UNC system policy to make sure we can look at your whole academic picture and make sure you have an accumulative GPA of 2.0 or higher, as you see near the bottom there. You need at least a 2.0 GPA. Now, if you're under the age of 21, again, because of the UNC system, we need your official high school transcript. Now, remember, we need that final high school transcript, okay? We need that to say your graduation date on there, not expected graduation date, so we can verify that you graduated from high school, all right? So again, official high school transcript if you're under the age of 21. If not, we just need all the previous colleges, right? Now, what's very, very important is that last bullet point, which talks about residency. As you saw when we talked about great value, there was an in-state and out-of-state cost. You have to do the residency. So there's the website for you. You can see it, www.ncresidency.org. Okay, they determine what your status will be, whether in-state or out-of-state. Again, Fayetteville State does not make that determination. This is very, very important for all applicants, but especially our transfers, okay? So please make sure you visit that website and make sure that you do the RDS, okay, which stands for Residency Determination Service, all right? Now that you've applied, we know that you're going to be a Bronco one day. We believe it in our hearts because, you know, we love our Bronco nation, right? Our Bronco country. We want to just provide you with a couple more links that you can use, okay? Hope it doesn't overwhelm you, but we want to make sure that you have all those QR codes to specific things that transfers need and those questions that they have. I know that we answered those questions that you've been asking in your mind or as you're talking to Fayetteville State University, if you've spoken with us before. We want to make sure you have access to the application, make sure you have access to the transfer page, okay? Academic advising, which is very, very important depending on what program you're interested in. Again, the 10K program, and then 4-year degree plans. Just some reference points for you to view on our website. So if you have the opportunity to go ahead and take a screenshot real quick, and you can have that information readily available. All right, give you a couple of seconds. Awesome. Definitely thank you for taking that screenshot. So how can you connect with Fayetteville State University? We have 3 social media platforms, Instagram, IG, we have Twitter, and we have Facebook. So you definitely can connect with us, follow us, see exactly what's going on at Fayetteville State. There's always something going on with the Office of Admissions. And also you get information about events as well. All right. And then if you need to contact us individually, this is our contact information right here, here at Fayetteville State University. As you see Dr. Hall at the top, Ms. Van in the middle, and of course me at the end. And then at the very, very bottom, we have the admissions email, okay? That's our, we receive all kind of inquiries there. You can answer that. Actually, Ms. Brooke Van, she's the one that actually, she manages, I should say, very, very well our admissions inbox. So you'll be hearing from her from there. And again, all your questions. But if you want to talk to us on the phone or face-to-face, you see that icon to the right, that beautiful picture of the transfer team. That's how you can get in contact with us via booking, okay? You can take a screenshot of that so you can see that link there that says Meet with FSU. You have the opportunity to talk with us, ask those questions that you may not have had a chance to ask today. See exactly where your transfer process is. And now I'm thinking about the transfer process. I forgot to mention that when you apply, you have access to something called the Broncoville portal, which will be your personal portal about your admissions process, okay? And the good thing about our application process, y'all, Yes, I said y'all. It's 2 business days. We give you 2 business days to provide a decision once we have received everything that we needed to make that decision. So I think that happens really, really fast for our students once we receive all their documents. So we're so glad that you all were able to join us on today. I know we have roughly about 5 minutes for some Q&A and maybe some frequently asked questions that we can answer for you on today. But we're so excited that we had this opportunity. I want to shout out my boss, Miss Bowes. That's all. Hey, y'all better clap it up. That's my boss right there, right? We're so excited that she's allowed us, the transfer team, to be here and provide you with this information. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you can see our lovely faces, and we're gonna see if we have any questions out there. And if not, we definitely have some questions that possibly that we typically hear on the road, so we can kind of address those, if you will. Okay. So I
don't see any questions in the chat box at the moment.
Okay. So I think one of the questions that I get is how smooth is the transition, if you will, from a community college over to a 4-year institution? Dr. Hall, would you mind just maybe answering that for me? What do you think, how smooth is that process for us?
Oh, that process is very smooth, extremely easy. All you have to do once you apply, like I said, is get us the transcripts. You can talk to us and get an unofficial evaluation. We can kind of give you a heads up on what courses may be required. And let's say if you're not transferring the very next semester, we could probably offer you some suggested courses to take while you're currently enrolled. So to make sure that you're totally prepared for the transfer process. We can also give you some information on what to expect when you get here at Fayetteville State University. When you receive your admissions letter, you will get a checklist of items to do as far as how to get your books, how to do your parking, what is your student identification number. All of that is going to be in your checklist. But if you have questions, you can feel free to reach out to the admissions team here, the transfer team. We're going to answer those questions for you. We're going to help you get connected to your advisor so you can get registered for class right away. And just a note, our registration will be opening up soon, November 2nd. So if you haven't got your application in, this is the time so that we go ahead and apply, go ahead and get those transcripts in so you can be the first to be able to register when registration opens up, especially if you're going to be doing online classes. Those fill up really quick. So we want to go ahead and get your application in now so you'll be one of the first ones to be able to register. And like I said, you can always fall back on the transfer team. We're going to make this as seamless as possible. We're going to answer all your questions. Don't worry. There's probably questions you're going to have that you haven't even thought about yet, but we're going to be here to help you with those questions. Because I know a lot of the questions we get is, how long is it going to take to graduate? Brooke, you want to take that one?
Yes, and of course, they may ask how long it may take to graduate. And of course, we'll be that liaison with the academic advisors who will give you a full evaluation plan of how long it'll take you to come out of there. Took me 4 years exact, but as transfer students, typically we see them come on out in their 2 years, could be less than that, depending on how many classes you decide to take at a time. And so that is what your academic advisor will be able to assist you with along the way. And luckily, with our academic advisors, you keep the same person your entire time. So you don't have to worry about one telling you need this many credits or someone else telling you you need 20 more credits. Your academic advisor will be there to assist you along the entire way.
And what's great, we have summer sessions too.
Yes.
Okay.
I think one of the things that I'd like for somebody to answer is we will take all of the courses that if you have a C or above and college level to get college level credit. But tell me, how long do you need to stay at Fayetteville State? So if I transfer in 100 hours, will I be able to graduate in just a semester? What's the residency requirement for Fayetteville State?
The residency requirement is 25% of your degree has to be earned at Fayetteville State University. So our average degree is 120 credit hours or more. So you have to plan on at least 10 courses, 30 credit hours, need to be a residence here at Fayetteville State University.
Awesome. Now, Ms. Bowles, I know we have 2 minutes left. Can you tell our viewers how else in this climate of pandemic that they can reach out to us or get a tour of the campus?
Absolutely. We definitely encourage you to take a look at our booking. Come on campus, check us out. You can send us an email. We are not doing tours right now, but we're doing virtual tours. So you can certainly sign up for one of our virtual tours. They are amazing. And just really figure out what Fayetteville State has to offer by yourselves. And for those students that are part of our 10K program, we certainly hope that you'll be a part of our virtual 10K day on November the 10th. We definitely appreciate you all allowing us to share some information with you all today. So thank you so much for your interest in Fayetteville State University.
Awesome. Thank you so much, presenters. That was great information to share. And thank you to everyone for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a quick link to a quick 4-question survey. So we would really appreciate your feedback. Also, this is just one of the many sessions that are being hosted. For additional sessions, visit CACRAO.org. That is CACRAO.org. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this recording as well as all other session recordings on that same website at CACRAO.org. Again, thank you, panelists, for a great session, and I hope everyone has a great day.